MPTV Productions presents a special presentation of Sports Zone. Welcome to Sports Zone with your host, Wes, KM, Isaiah, and Cam. And now here's Sports Zone. Sports Zone. Sports Zone. Sports Zone.
This is Wes with Jacket Journal. Welcome to Sports Zone. This week, Zay and Rick will recap the sports for the week, and I'll be sitting down with members of the boys wrestling team to talk about their season.
Last week, the boys wrestling team had a duel against Ashland, and they came up short. They wrestled at Delaware Hayes this past weekend, placing 9th out of 14 teams. They had a good amount of placers. Some of the noticeable players were Jake Taylor, who took 3rd, Mason Mitchell, who took 4th, Hayden Higgins took 5th, and Keegan Leisure and Ty Thomas took 6th. They looked to bounce back on January 29th at Upper Arlington, but they fell short as they won 6 out of 7 matches. They had to give up a forfeit at 195. Boys basketball improved to 10-6 and 6-4 in conference play with a win against Utica on Tuesday, January 28th. They will play at home against Watkins Memorial today. Girls basketball picked up 2 big wins against Licking Heights and Utica. On January 27th against Heights, Isla Graham led the team with 16 points, Kimber Bell added 14 points and 9 rebounds, and Maddie Jones contributed 10 points and a 50-45 win. They are now 14-4 and 9-3 in conference play, good for 2nd place. They will play at Watkins Memorial on February 1st.
The swim team competed at the Ontario Invitational. The men's 400 free relay took 3rd place. Then in the men's 100 free, Colin McFarland took 1st. In the men's 100 fly, Dax Sabo took 3rd. In the men's 50 free, Colin McFarland took 1st. And the men's 200 medley relay took 3rd. The women's 400 free relay took 4th place. And Claire Clarkson took 4th place in the women's 100 back. And the women's 200 medley relay took 5th place.
Go Jackets.
Go Jackets.
I'm here with Jake, Alex, and Aiden of the boys wrestling team. You guys are all captains of the team. Can you talk about what that means for you?
Yeah, it means a lot. You know, we got voted in by our peers and our coaches, so just getting that honor, and when you look back at the history of Mount Vernon, it's really a big honor to be able to be named as a captain.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's really important to show the other kids, like, set a standard for them, go out there and wrestle your hardest, drill hard in the room, and raise the standard a little bit higher and make everyone strive for greatness.
Right.
Just following off what both of them said, like, we got voted on by our peers. Clearly they see us as an example, and we just need to set that example for them.
Right. And can you guys talk about what your goals are for this season? You know, you guys have states coming up here in a couple weeks, couple months. Can you talk about, what are your goals?
Yeah, so I made it to the state tournament when I was a sophomore and when I was a junior. My sophomore year I went 0-2. Last year I went 1-2. So this year I just want to try to make that push to get onto the podium.
Mm-hmm. I took 5th and 3rd, so I mean, obviously the goal is to go win it this year. I know I got the tools to do that, and time to just piece it together.
Right.
I've yet to make it to the state tournament, but my goal for this year is just to make it there and maybe even win a match. Never know.
Right. And specifically for Jake and Alex, you guys both play football. Do you guys think that football translates to wrestling?
Yeah, for sure. I'd almost say it's more the other way. Like, once you start wrestling, it makes football a lot easier. You're in a lot better shape. You have the endurance to go through the full game, and just like form tackling is straight up wrestling. So, and they both kind of play off each other. I think if you wrestle, you should probably play football. If you play football, you should probably wrestle.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much what he said. They go hand in hand, a lot of explosiveness, getting up in a defensive line, blasting off, pushing your dude back, hitting a double leg, about the same movements, just working explosiveness really for me.
Right. And all 3 of you guys have actually already committed to wrestle at the next level. Can you talk about what that whole process was like and what that means for you guys?
Yeah, that's like when you're growing up, that's the goal. That's like, because in wrestling, that's as far as you can get pretty much. And just being able to achieve that is awesome. Seeing all your hard work pay off. Mm-hmm. Being able to get my school paid for is something I'm really grateful for. And yeah.
Yeah, what he said really, I mean, that's the goal always. I would never even be able to dream going to a Division I school and getting all my school paid for free, and they're a top 10 program right now, working on getting them up a little bit higher.
Right.
I mean, it's amazing. A beautiful campus, great coaches. It's an awesome school. I love it there.
Right.
Yeah, really just following off what both of them said, it's just really grateful to get most of my school paid for and be able to wrestle at the next step up.
Right. And for those who don't know, where are you all committed to?
I'm committing to Willing University in West Virginia, Division II school.
Arizona State, Division I.
University Pikeville, NAIA.
All right. Alex, specifically, you mentioned earlier you placed 3rd and 5th in state. You are a 2-time Fargo champ. You placed 2nd in Ironman this year. Can you talk about how those experiences and that experience really, how has it motivated you for this year and moving forward for your college career?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it makes it easier getting on those big stages, winning those big-time matches. And I came up short, lost in the semis at state last year, didn't wrestle great on my consolation matches, and I got to be right in my head when I go out there this time, and I know I can beat all these kids. I already have, so it's just time to go do it finally.
Right. And Jake, you have experience wrestling at the Shot. Can you talk about what it's been like, sort of the last 2 years, getting experience, in front of like the big crowd, and how that's going to help you this year?
Yeah, so my freshman year, I didn't qualify, but I did go down with the team, and just that blew me away being down there for the first time. And like when you're little, you watch videos and stuff and go to the tournament. So just actually being down there is really cool. And then the next year I wrestled down there. When you're coming out of the tunnel, it's a little bit nervous and stuff. And then my junior year, I felt more comfortable. I ended up winning a match there, and now I feel like it won't be too much of a big thing for me. I'm just going to be focused on myself and getting it done.
Right. And I mean, all three of you guys have wrestled basically your whole lives. Can you talk about sort of what lessons you've been able to take away from wrestling? And can you maybe give a pitch to like the younger generation of kids, in Mount Vernon who are, think about wrestling or maybe are wrestling, to tell them to keep going forward and, persevere through. It's a very difficult sport.
Yeah, mental toughness is the biggest thing. You got to be willing to make weight, work hard, because with anything, the more work you put in, the more successful you're going to be. And wrestling demonstrates that more than anything. It's one-on-one individual sport. If you work hard in the room, you'll see success on the mat.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, just working really hard every day, grinding as hard as you can, lifting as hard as you can, and just enjoying it's the biggest part. If you're not having fun, you won't like it. You won't be able to stay in it. So finding the good times and the hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta be coachable. You gotta persevere through it. You gotta have discipline, and you just gotta push yourself.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.